It's November 2025, Dodgers Blue Jays, World Series Game 7. This is Remember That Game, the podcast about sporting events that take you on a journey and maybe chart the path of the zeitgeist. I'm your host, Thomas Emerick, and my guest is comedian Shelley Kim. Home base of DC, had a great show recently with Sahib Singh, popping up on the DC Improv socials, and go catch her stuff out there. I'd say it's a great city for catching a stand-up or hitting the bar for a game. Shelley, did you develop any superstitions for how and where to watch this roller coaster of an MLB postseason? Trash talking, folks, in the establishment.
No, I mean, no one is like a Dodgers fan, and I understand if they're not. Universally, I'm rooting for the evil team. So it was more of like, boy, I hope they come through so no one's mad at me, I hope no one comes through so they can rub it in my face,
Yeah.
I was the only one. I was at a bar earlier, actually, before going home, and whenever I saw like Ohtani go on base, I'm like, yes, and then no one like that, like.
So it wasn't just like perceived like people will not be happy with me being a Dodgers fan out here, but you're actually getting some feedback from people who are like, oh, come on.
Yeah, no, and it was silence. It wasn't just like like when I was happy, like Ohtani got out of like the first, like out of the jam. I think when on the first or second inning, I was like, yes. Like I said it really quietly, and people were staring, and like the bartender was like, yeah, I like Ohtani, but I don't really like the Dodgers at all. And everyone's like, yeah, same. We don't want them to win at all. I'm paraphrasing, but yeah. But then I went home after. I was just waiting for my friend to get off her shift, and then I went home. But yeah, and I could like fully be myself after that.
Yeah. So you weren't ready to just, I mean, it's already a roller coaster of emotions, just like hanging on the result. You didn't want to, on top of that, have to like just lean full in on being a Dodgers fan in a climate where they're not happy about how they pay the contracts.
It's like the center of all the drama. I'm like, I have friends who, when I post, and I'm a bandwagoner, like full on. It's because Ohtani's joined, and every Asian American news outlet was like saying like, you got to watch this guy, he's great. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll check it out. And now I watch baseball, but when I posted like who's ready to see, like on my Instagram, just like who doesn't watch baseball but wants to watch Ohtani, and like I got like floods of text of like, you suck, this sucks, I can't believe you're doing this. Like they're all like just long stuff about the history of the Dodgers, which are all valid and like pretty like some of them are pretty tragic, like the Chavez, I'm trying to say it right, the
Chavez Ravine,
yeah, that's extremely unfortunate. I want to like invalidate like Chavez Ravine. I'm like, yeah, but it's just like that is something I am contradicting inside. I'm like, and I think it's just like the money and all that, but I mean, I just want to see my Asian players win, man. Like, I grew up in Orange County, so I should be an Angels fan, but again, I didn't care about any of that back then, and it kind of breaks my heart that he tried so hard, and Ohtani tried so hard in the Angels, and then just was like, well, I guess I'm not going to be adorable anymore. Like, being like this endearing fan. He's adorable anytime, but like trying to, like make something with Mike Trout and never make the playoffs. I was like, all right, it's not your fault, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, Shohei, I understand he did what he did going from the Angels to Dodgers, and now he has multiple World Series under his belt. Good for him. This one, they're going back to back. The Dodgers are with Shohei and the gang. But first, they have to go through the Phillies. That was like their one real challenge on the NL side of the bracket. But you have thrilling finishes in LA and at the bank in Philadelphia. Who would be? I know you liked Ohtani a bunch. How did you get into him? And did any other Dodgers become favorites of yours on the path to the World Series in 2025?
2025. I think the Dodgers, I guess, so before I get there, they always had like a history. I'm Korean, and the first Korean MLB player was Channel Park, and he was the Dodgers. And I knew that like way before I was watching baseball. So I think there's always something, a special place in my heart for that. I think Yamamoto, I mean, that's just like they just couldn't stop hearing his name. After the series, Miguel Rojas, we can talk more about that later, but it's like seeing like someone that's just like whenever I hear commentators talk about anyone over 30, like this guy's like, why is he still here? Oh my gosh, like he needs a hip replacement or something. Like, but he was outstanding. I really liked Roki. I just like that he was struggling at first, but then he became a closer. And he's like so little. Like by little I mean like he looks like 12, but like a very, very tall 12-year-old man. But
boyish.
Yeah. Boyish. I like and of course I like Kim Hye-sung. I can't believe I said it earlier. The comment.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if you noticed the pattern with the Ella and Rojas with the ethnicities I'm really into, like of the players I'm into. I mean, yeah.
And we'll talk about a lot of them, and of course, Miggy keeping things alive in Game 7. But going into Game 1, the
oh gosh,
Dodgers
I didn't even watch all that one.
Solidly favored, going for 2 straight. The Dodgers had only lost 1 game on the NL side of the bracket, despite that tough Philly series. Their implied betting odds are 70% implied win probability. Against the Yankees the year prior is about a coin flip, 56% win probability. So much bigger favorite than last year when they handled the Yankees. And yet Blue Jays clobber them Game 1, 11-4. Would you watch? You said you weren't able to catch as much as that one on the big screen, and fortunately that you didn't have to, because that was probably shocking when you saw the result.
Yeah, no, I was like tuning in. I forgot which like midway through the game. Like I don't think they're gonna come back from this. I don't want to watch this. So
this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt me.
Yeah. I mean, because I just started watching, period.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe this was a mistake. Like, which is like a very fair weather thing to do, but I didn't expect that bad of I didn't know baseball could go that high, like as far as like scores. I didn't know it could be. I'd never seen I had no idea it could go double digits. Like that's how new I am into this. And like for the team to be that, like it was like, yeah, it was like and it was like from like 2 innings, right? It was like it like happened really fast or something. I don't remember the detail. I watched Game 6 and 7 a million times, but I don't know one that well for what I told you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was probably the least. I mean, outside of the Blue Jays show, and they're no pushover for the Dodgers. Not as rewatchable. Probably near the bottom of the list of the rewatchable games from the series. But the Dodgers do take the lead in the series 2-1. That second one being the 18-inning affair with Freddie Freeman walk-off homer. No MLB game, postseason game, has gone more innings, and they've been doing the MLB postseason for like 125 years. So where were you for that historic night, and how are you hanging on each pitch? Were you able to? I passed out at like 2 a.m. But how Eastern? How late were you able to make it?
Oh, you call yourself a sports guy and you've passed out? It's pretty weak. Yeah, well,
I'm a weak. I'm a sports guy, but I'm a weak sports guy.
I'm like a new baseball fan, so I stayed up. I was like, it was so close, and I was like, come on, I have to know, and it was like 2 a.m. Like, I don't care, I work tomorrow, I have to know, and it was rewarding. I mean, but it was like, I'm trying to think, like, I didn't know, because I always grew up like kind of making fun of baseball, like it's so long, but I'm like, I have such few impressions, like I guess this is how baseball is. It just goes until 2 a.m. Wow, I guess I have to keep watching to show that I'm actually like I am committed. No, I had no idea that was unusually long. That's how like clueless I am. So the next game, I'm like, it's gonna end soon, right? He's like, yeah, it'll It'll end soon. So I stayed up because like I was at home. So I think if I was at a bar, I'd be like, I would still watch, but I would be a menace to like the bartender. Be like,
I love it. So you're protecting the bar staff and patrons from the trash talking you want to do about the Dodgers, because no, it's no fun being out and being like, oh yeah, I totally get it, like wanting to, you're a new fan or newer fan, and everyone's hating on the Dodgers, but next season I would love it if we do the podcast again and you're like, yeah, I was leaning into Dodgers fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
Publicly, they had to deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing: I'm used to being on hateable teams. Like I'm a fan of like I was a Warriors fan like in 2011, and then then they got really good, and everyone called me a poser. Remember they went to Duke. We're also Notre Dame fans. Yeah. So there's no underdog team in my family. It just happened to be that way. Yeah. So as far as like people being so happy that I lost, I can handle it, but also like in a live situation, it hurts, man. Like I was at a Wizards game, where it was Wizards Warriors. So we all knew who we thought was gonna win. Like it was like 2017, I think. 2017, 2018, 2017, I think. And then 2018, February. And everyone around me who was a Wizards fan, they went, ha ha, like these middle-aged men, like I'm like, this sucks. I don't want to like be here. I can't believe I spent all this money being like forced like to be in nosebleeds. So I'm like, I can handle it online, but I'm like, I just have to. When I change my shirt, I can't.
Yeah. I mean, so that's why I fully support. I have a friend who's very much he is a Warriors fan, and he changes his teams, and I think he once Tom Brady started to become like definitively, by most people's assumption that or by most people's ratings, the best quarterback of all time. Once he really ascended that level, he decided that's when he's becoming a Patriots fan, and he just became a Warriors fan too. And he just leans into it. And at first, I was like, "You son of a bitch!" But eventually, I was like, "I respect leaning in so hard on it."
Yeah. And honestly, actually, it does invigorate me how much people hate it sometimes. Like when I'm surrounded by the enemy, I'm like, this is pretty rough. But like when people are like, I can't believe you're a blank fan, and I'm like, well, you're mad because they won. So yeah.
And with that kind of public opposition, you imagine you can just mine the bits. I have like so many bits can emerge of just like different ways you can just like needle people a little bit, but it's all sports, it's all fun. And I was
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
I did a gig at UMD, and it was right after that buzzer beater against it was against but UMD like beat, like it was like the guy hit it like just a field goal like with 1 second left, and I just told everyone that I'm a Duke fan and I didn't care. Like and Duke lost that night in the Final Four, I think. And I just posted like I regret nothing.
Yeah,
it was amazing to go to a school and just immediately make myself like a target. Well, they weren't in it anymore, so whatever. Like,
yeah, let's have fun with the rest of the human race, even with at a bar, through being a little trollish with fandom. I enjoy it. Once again, I did with the Dodgers and with the Rams, and everyone's like, Thomas, you're not a Rams fan. I'm like, my wife, that's her hometown Rams. She grew up with the Rams, and just like the Rams moved when she was like 10, she didn't know they were there. But I'm like, no. So just being a heel out of just like
a heel is perfect. Yeah,
it's a good time. But and everyone knows I have a shitting grin on my face. Like, I'm totally serious. But the Dodgers, after that 18 inning affair, go up 2-1, and look, the bars aren't getting any less hostile toward Dodgers fans at that point. It looks like they'll probably run away with the series after losing that one. But no, Toronto wins 2 straight in LA.
The Savage one was rough to watch.
Yeah.
This guy that's like also 12, just like defeating everybody. That was rough. And everyone's like, I want to feel good for him because that's like the right thing to do. But I hate watching him like strike out my sweet baby boy Ohtani. So that was
Yeah. That's
yeah.
gotta be tough when like the boyish like Savannah banana looking motherfuckers are
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
tearing you got your team up, tearing up your your best
Your
Shohei
aces, yeah.
Ohtani, arguably the best player of all time, and then he's just
Yeah. It's just not
getting
doing it.
heaters past. Yeah, and you became a fan, yeah, of Shohei over the years. I imagine just
This
like
year.
or okay, so this year it
No,
wasn't like
yeah.
it wasn't like fermenting. It was like what was the moment you're like, all right, I'm a Shohei
Yeah. So
fan.
I was passively like, oh, I've heard this guy's great. So I think like, over time, because my friends back home are all Dodgers fans. So I was like, yeah, I heard this guy's good. But it was the Brewers game 4 that like where he like got 3 home runs and like 10 strikeouts. And I was like, I don't know baseball that well, but that sounds like a lot. That sounds crazy. I don't know. I didn't know. Why is he pitching now? Like, I just had no idea. Like, what was like? It was not just like the Asian influencers I follow, but it was like everywhere of what he did on Game 4. Like, I even watched that game full. Yeah, like after. Like, I've never watched a recorded game, but I just had to after that. You watched it, right?
That was I mean, again, I think the first World Series was like 1903. They've been doing the postseason since at least then, and these are things that had never happened in all that time are happening this postseason. So just kind of like a great year to get hooked. And we've been really treated as sports fans over the past year. Because you mentioned you watched like I did watch like football and like NBA growing up. I mean, NBA playoffs and going through the NFL wild card this weekend has been. I mean, we've been treated as sports fans.
Yeah, it's been great. I think the bad kicking has been like. I think that would be a huge factor of like deciding who advances. But like, man, that Ravens missing that kick, and then like the Giant. It's just like it's dramatic, and I remember last year, like when the Eagles and Chiefs went again, I'm like, what's the point of this? And even though I guess tie it back, even though people hate the Dodgers, like at least it was the Blue Jays. It wasn't like Dodgers Yankees again. So there was some drama there. It just didn't end the way it should have. To people, to other people, for like justice or whatever.
Was there anything like getting into baseball where you were like, why do they do this?
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. I can keep going on, but like the rule about the foul balls, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, or like if it's about to make you out, it doesn't count as an out sometimes, or like I'm trying to think, but like the rules are like really like yeah. So am I saying it right? I don't know.
So that they're gonna hit a foul ball, but if they don't catch it, it doesn't count as an out.
Yeah, I guess the rules of like what a ball is. I'm like, okay, well, if it's, I mean, hit the base, like it hit the field, but it's still like, I mean, let me back up. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. I think like I'm trying to think like, do you know, like I guess what counts as a foul ball, what doesn't, like that confuses me. And then like what counts as an out and what doesn't, like that, like especially when it's like the bases are loaded, like if it's like I'm trying to say like the rules kind of change, like I feel like more over time. I think sorry, you can cut that part out of me like muttering through stuff because that's the hardest part of
I go back and just edit like stuff after like so no pressure. You want to take a sec back up or whatever. I just like, all right, I'll cut that 30 second and then just paste it. Yeah.
Okay, cool, thanks. And then you just leave that in. But like the I think the rules are interesting. So the one that like was like the ground ball, like where they had to like put their hands up, and be like, that thing like it's pretty random, but it makes sense, I guess. And then like I think the pitch clock's great. I think the game would be this is also bad take for a lot of people, but I think the game would be like unwatchable for me if there wasn't like a limit to what the pitcher like. I just can't handle like. I mean, imagine if like basketball, you could just like wade through free throws. Not like a good analogy, but like, come on, it's already long. Like,
I mean, basketball should take a page, but Blue Jays, Game 6, they lose on a double play with
Both times.
guys on second and third, both times. And then
Both
Game
times,
6,
yeah.
second and third, winning run on second, line to Kike Hernandez, and
Rojas, Game 7. Yeah.
Yep.
I just remember that, like, back
yeah.
to Rojas, Game 7. Yeah. I just remember that the commentator said, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think this was a great series to learn baseball, period. I was like, oh, they're out, it's over, because I didn't understand like double plays. I was just 2 outs. You know, like I just didn't, again, like really, really new to this. So when it came to Game 7, I'm like, oh my God, it happened again. It's like, I know what that is now. And I'm like, oh shit, like, I'm like, how did they let that happen again? It's because it's from good pitching, but also like it was, people kept saying like, oh yeah, like the Blue Jays base running was bad, and I'm like, what do you mean not fast enough? I'm like, those were some bad decisions from Barger. But I think like you can't really, it's not like you could really see that far ahead. Like if the ball's in the air like that, I feel like he didn't, I don't know, it's always like hindsight. Be like, you idiot, you know, you world-class athlete, how the fuck did you not see that, you know? But because I'm dumb, I'm like, just run faster. You can run fast enough.
Yeah, they probably tried to run really fast. At the same time, I feel like they had like a bunch of injuries, or sort of like the base running wasn't what they normally expected it to be. But you I guess a lot of people in the moment want to be like mind over matter, or I guess we all like to ignore our limitations in some moments. In some ways, it's hard to accept not being at 100% capacity.
Yeah, and it's I think the players that really stepped up were pretty unexpected. So Rojas was the Kike and Rojas were like the I don't think Barger was like would have done that if like there were like the like starters on base like that. But he was like, I can outrun whatever they're gonna do, and it was not like it kind of screwed him over at the end. And it took me a while to be like, why would he go back? Like, why didn't he stay or whatever? But yeah, I think it's also like I think they make their decisions, you know, on base running based on who's playing defense too. It's like that guy, he's not gonna get me, but he does.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
He don't got the heat. He can't put that on a rope and get me.
Yeah, but you're not fast enough. That's what I thought it was.
That's I mean, yeah, I guess the NBA equivalent's like getting like posterized to like that guy's or actually probably getting stuffed more like you think you're gonna posterize them, and the guy in right field is like, oh, I got the gun to get it to third. And
like the random really old guy. I can't say no, I really like seeing that just because I mean, I don't know how you felt about games, but I was so nervous. I was like, people are getting ready. I'm like, I can't believe I started watching baseball watch that third game, that 18-inning game, just to see them lose away. You know, just to root for the bad guy, for me to be the bad guy, and also learn some moral lesson from that. And then they got him, yes, bad guys win, yes.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. The conception, I balk a little bit. The conception, I have, I guess we all contain multitudes. I will have teams where I'm like, no, they deserve to lose for this reason, and they have a
yeah.
But I'll also kind of if everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people don't like a team for a reason that seems understandable. I'll balk at thinking this conception of, oh, they're the bad guys, and but I can't say I have a great principled logic to it. Just for whatever reason, my brain likes to jump on the bandwagon. Everyone hates sometimes, and other times I'm with everyone else. Be like, yeah, screw this team. In this case, though, actually, I guess it's a patchwork thing of rules. If it's an LA team, and especially LA team that everyone hates, I find the one person. Well, my wife and her friends are doing a movie night, so I kept texting her during the movie night, hey, the Dodgers are losing. Hey, your team is down by 2 runs in the 7th inning.
Oh,
Just
good.
FYSA. And then I went with some guys. I left them so they did their movie night, and then me and a few others went to the bar. And I found the one Dodgers fan. I was like, I'm riding with you.
Shit.
And she thought at first, I think she thought like I was trolling, like, why would this person be exuberant? Like, are you a Dodgers fan? I'm like, no, but I just like rooting for him. But eventually I was getting the high fives back, and then everyone else at the bar, I guess, hated us. Or
this was Halloween night, right? This was Halloween night. Yeah, I remember.
Well, this is November 1st. Yeah, so it was like the night. Essentially, it was a Saturday night of.
I was talking about game 6. Yeah, like the way game 6 ended, because we were like super late to whatever Halloween party we were going to, because like that. I was like, all right, they won, we should go, and then we're like, let's see what the post talk is. Like, I can't believe they did that. That sucks. Oh my gosh, why would you let that happen? And like, it is like, I do feel bad for them, but it's like, it's kind of, I spent like a month just listening to like Blue Jays fan reactions and like how they took it, and like podcasts of like Blue Jays like commentators, because like I was so afraid to be on this side, I think everyone hated me for like, not everyone, but like the few baseball friends I have were so upset. And I was like, yeah, it feels good. Listen to them just cry. So yeah.
You see some of that between Packers and Bears fans right now.
Ooh, man.
just the Schadenfreude would have, or at least the curiosity about how the other side is taking it. I'm sure it would, regardless of who won that Saturday night. You're getting it back and forth, as you saw during the regular season, and those coaches seem to be in on that too, making it all more dramatic. I mean, it's a game, and it's all dramatic and fun. And
but that's like different. Chicago Bears hits different. Yeah.
What to say? From my perspective of just like I guess I don't ride the I'll be mad at myself for being wrong, but
sure,
the team I'm rooting for wins or loses, I just like finding bits along the way. I was running into this Blue Jays fan during the postseason when they play the Yankees, and I'd be like, yeah, F the Yankees, because that's where I was I'm against the bad guys everyone doesn't like, and I'm like, hey, we're all rooting for you guys. And then I would kind of like sheepishly avoid him during the Dodgers series. I didn't want I don't want him to see me doing my new bit and be like, you total fraud. I was like, I'm just trying to have fun with it and like troll a little bit. Because it's such a fun postseason.
Yeah, and I think the ones with histories of losing will take it harder. I think they're like, how dare you? Now I guess that means you like the Yankees, and now you like Darth Vader and Satan. I think they're gonna be more offended at that. I went to school in the Midwest, and like it was closer to Chicago, so I was like happy for everybody. Aaron Rodgers is a kooky man, so I just like associate that with the Packers. And I'm like, well, I just felt bad for like the Packers, because it's not a fun place to live somewhere that cold. I mean, Chicago's cold too, but it's like a cool city. But Madison, I'm like, you have to live there and you lost.
It's a cold, long off season for the Packers. They put on three. I always and doing this podcast, I just like love the teams coming together and just like putting out something special. And the Packers and Bears really did that for 3 days last month.
And it was like they were really well matched. I felt like they were well matched. Had a lot to prove. I'm not supposed to like Caleb because he did so well for USC, and I went to like the rival school. But I thought it was.
You went to UCLA?
No. I went to. I don't know. I love you. I don't know why I said it like that. I went to Notre Dame. So
right.
Yeah.
USC probably doesn't even consider UCLA to be football rivals.
Yeah, I mean, So I'm like, I didn't go to. Why would I, even consider that? Like as far as
Yeah,
like football, but like
UCLA probably considers USC their football rivals. I don't know if the reverse is true.
sure. Yeah. I think it's just kind of like, haha, our part of the city's nicer, I guess. But
Yeah,
USC is
it's crazy because UCLA plays the universities out near like Santa Monica, but they play their games out in Pasadena. It's like,
right.
how are kids going to tailgate for that? I feel like creating that like rowdy student atmosphere is pretty like tough with that geographic situation.
Yeah, in LA too, like fighting traffic and stuff. Like, whereas like where I went to school, like it was right by campus to go to football games, and it wasn't like a vibrant like happening city like LA. So I was like, I guess we're gonna watch the game. And that really, that like ingratiated the fan base. And like you see like games from like postseason last year, like the stadium was really loud. It was like, we have nothing else to do, just like. But yeah, no, actually, most of my friends who went to UCLA, like some are sports fans, but a lot of them just weren't. I think the access, I didn't think about that. Like, I think the access was like too difficult to like really, really try it. I think they want to, but the effort was too much.
Yeah, like the basketball arena is like on that, it's like Westwood. Right. It's like on that same right there. And the basketball program is a blue chip one.
Yeah.
For several decades. The football program, for as good as their basketball program, you'd expect their football program to have had a lot more success than they'd have, and that's why they need to build a stadium on the Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah, that's just that make that place unbearable.
Just ask, hey, ChatGPT, what budget this for me? How floating stadium in Santa Monica? Because that's the only place I guess they could build that stadium.
True, campus. Yeah, I think I think that place maybe doesn't need to exist anymore. Let's just make it a UCLA stadium. It's so hard to get there, man. I can't. We're like saying traffic's tough, but I can't think of a harder place than Santa Monica Pier.
Yeah,
probably the Dodger Stadium. It's probably harder.
Yeah, and Dodger Stadium. Yeah, like getting through Echo Park at rush hour seems a little tough, and over to Chavez Ravine, but here they're in Toronto at Rogers Stadium going into Game 7, or Rogers Center going into Game 7. Very easy stadium to get to by train, and by walking for a lot of folks in Toronto.
Yeah.
The Dodgers go down early. Bo Bichette 3-run homer.
Sorry, I had so many segues that. Sorry, it took so long to get to Game 7. I guess
no, that's what the show's all about.
Drifting,
going to the time vortex and seeing where it takes
related.
us.
Yeah, I think it was because like there was so much like cloud farming for like not cloud, but like view farming for like, because I was so obsessed with Game 7 and like World Series breakdowns that it'd be like sponsorships for 30 minutes, like. Like I want to watch like 7 different angles of like Will Smith's cleat going down the right time. Like I was like, can you but sorry, let's just go back to what you're saying. So I stopped like doing tangents. So Rogers Center, that Bo Bichette hit Pachar, that one hurt. That's when I left the bar because I was like, I was trying to go, but that like stung so much that like I was like, I can't. I had no faith. I was very pessimistic. I was like, this is not going to happen. I'm going to go home and watch the rest, but it's going to suck. It's going to suck.
Right. So it's like things go really south early.
Real quick.
You're like, it hurts to stay out. Like, is that?
Yeah. And it wasn't like a crowded place, but I was like, and then it like cut to like once you see Shohei's like adorable face just like sink, I'm like, I have to go. I can't watch your boy be sad like this. And no one blamed him though. Yeah, like no one blamed him.
3-run shot off Shohei. So that's gonna be even more of like a
just a bummer,
drop
man.
in the stomach.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I was so excited to watch him start, and then everyone agreed like he didn't look right. He didn't have as much rest as he should have, but also like he just kept getting out of like jams. Like he barely like skin of his teeth like got out of these innings. But and it was Bo Bichette and then the whole stadium. against Ohtani, but also like the whole like throwing his bat off and like just glaring at everybody. I'm like, I really hate that part. Like, yeah. Even though he deserves it, fuck you.
That's and it's a great starting pitching matchup. DC legend Matt Scherzer going
psychotic
Matt Scherzer, two different colored eyes,
snarling, talking to himself.
Yeah, just great postseason
picture.
yes, picture ace setting. It's fantastic. And he gets 9. He gets 9 out consecutively to start the game. Were you in DC for when he was in the World Series with the Nationals?
I was in DC. The whole city exploded. Like, they all went insane. I had a friend who, when they there's a random vendor. I was in DuPont Circle. They know there's like random vendors selling flowers. Just in any city. My friend bought them and just passed it out because he was so happy that the Nats won. I didn't know that. I'm still late to baseball. I didn't know Scherzer was at the that integral to There's actually a really amazing video of him practicing pitching while the Georgetown graduation is going on at that stadium.
I haven't seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty disrespectful, but hey, man, he's a winner. Yeah.
If I was graduating, I would think it was pretty cool.
Actually,
other people might feel different.
Actually, yeah. If it was a future Hall of Famer like that, maybe do you know what was the coolest part of my graduation? Was Max Scherzer.
That's that local flavor. This is a town with a legend, a local legend. Throwing. I think that bodes well for my future. I don't know. Maybe that's probably what I would take away from it. But other people might be like, I don't give a shit about baseball.
Yeah. Now that I think about it twice, I'm like, no, fuck my master's degree or whatever it was for. A World Series star is next to me right now. Yeah. I don't know if it was that time. But yeah, were you in DC during the World Series?
Yeah.
People lost their minds.
Yeah, I got a little nostalgia, but I was also more so. I was like, when I saw Scherzer starting, I was telling my wife her team is going to Game 7, and it's do or die tonight. And Max Scherzer is taking the mound, even though it's against Shohei. A little worried.
It was
Scherzer's so cold in the postseason.
Yeah. I loved how they kept digging on him. They're like, oh, he's up again. He's 41 and up again. Yikes. Can he do it? I don't know. I mean, he's so freaking old. I was like, I think we trust him. I think he's gonna be good at this. Oh, look, he got out each time. Great. But everyone was like, no way, this old ass dude. He's like the oldest pitcher, right?
Yeah, he's collected so many, I think,
records
at this point, through volume, but also quality and quantity, but quantity too, because he's been around a bit, and helping make good teams better and make the postseason and advance.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And Game 7, they are trailing for much of it. Let's jump to 8th inning. We get a home run, Max Muncy, to cut the deficit to 4-3. And then 9th inning, Miggy Rojas. Where were you in that moment? Yeah.
I watched that 9th. I was facing away from the TV. It was because I kept saying to my friend, we're gonna lose. I can't believe it. There's no way they're coming back. There's no way they're coming back. And it's stop losing. It's the bottom of the ninth. What are you talking about? It's the 9th inning. It wasn't the bottom. It's the 9th inning. There's 2 outs. What are you talking about? It's over. It's over. And then 3-2 pitch, and I lose my shit. People are people keep saying the tenseness before that. They're like, oh, no script could be written. No sports movie could ever be like this. It's like a sports movie. And depending on which you're on, this was a horror movie, a suspense thriller. of like what could possibly. I really hope they get out of like Jigsaw's game right now. I'm like, oh, thank God they did. Yeah.
The uncertainty of the twists and
Yeah.
turns, and not truly not being able to see what's coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Is there anything in scripted television or movies like it that
I think it's a
felt
horror movie.
like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there like a
Yeah, it was a
specific
thriller.
horror movie, or like so you mentioned Saw, but like
Yeah, I
is
didn't
it-
watch that. So I'm not a horror movie fan, but I think one of the first ones my partner made me watch was Hereditary, which is so scary. But it's like really tense, and it really ramps up towards the end, and it's like really horrifying, and like everything's like bam, 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 like oh my gosh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh no, it gets worse. Oh, it gets worse. Like,
Ooh.
but I guess like it's like that for the Blue Jays. We're like, yeah, we're up. We're up by 3. Like, and then I think there was one inning where they got one run in, so it was like 3-1. And then Max Muncy. I was like, there's hope now. There's hope. But that home run, I'm glad I didn't like stay away from the TV that long, because I really would have missed it. Because I was planning on not watching until it's like over or whatever.
And you also around that time, Rojas also has a throw to home.
Oh my God.
Was that another like we're over, it's over moment? We're like,
yeah. That was the bottom of the 9th, right? Or like the no, it was but I feel like I knew he was. I could tell he was out. I forgot, was it IKF who was? Yeah, it was IKF. I said I watched a million times, but like I think it was IKF. Watching him slide, I was like, yeah, it's out. It's like a bunch of dust, and like I didn't see that Will's foot went up, so I thought it was like out, But when they replayed it, I'm like, oh no. I think seeing it reverse like really made it's over. It's over. Like I can't. The tying home run for what? We suck. Why would you ever put your foot up? This suck. Not we suck, but like I suck for caring about this at all. This is bad for my life. I wish I wasn't.
Emotional welfare in sports. So why did I discover this?
Yeah. My life was so much richer when I thought it was all like stupid or whatever. Not really. I take that back.
I can't turn back personally.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Same. Yeah. It's I can't believe I subscribed to so much stuff to watch all this. Like I think it's all like we shouldn't pay more for NFL ticket, but I did. It's like greedy of them to take more, but I'll do it. But that was like that, and then the Miguel Rojas, which is like, I keep saying unk and stuff, but like it shows. I think it's important to have older players for experience, so they don't get as like nervous. Like he knew he stumbled, but it didn't like stop him from like throwing it home and throwing it right to Will. That calm or whatever.
That slow motion replay of Will Smith's foot on the plate, or the slide, and you're like, oh, it's we're back. But then you see the foot go up, and you're like, it's over.
No. Yeah.
It never started. We never left.
It was because I wasn't sure, and then I remember after I remember after a day after the game, I did that, like I was on YouTube, like I started for like 10 minutes of like going back and forth, and it was like the millimeter of his cleat and stuff, and that was another example of bad base running. I think everyone's like, why he shouldn't have slid or whatever. I was like, I think he was pretty happy he almost made it. Like, I think he probably thought it was faster. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know baseball, but that was. And then it kept going. It kept, and then Ernie Clement got like that big hit, and then my favorite moment. That was probably my favorite moment. It was like in addition to Mickey's tying home run, was when Pages crashed into Kike and got that out. I was like, yeah, we're still in it, barely.
Like just back to back roller coaster moments.
Yeah.
Or it's so over. We're so back.
Yeah.
Kike's like, oh wait, Kike is not tracking this. Like,
I think
Pages is there too. Oh, they might crash into each other. Oh, Oh, Pa has just trucked him and got it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, we're back.
And I thought Kike was hurt. He was. I thought it was really funny. He stayed down there. Like he stayed lied down, face down for like a few seconds. It's funny to look at, but I'm like, is he all right? Apparently he thought he was so heartbroken. He thought he lost the World Series. From his from not catching it. Yeah, yeah. I would lay face down for a whole day probably if I like lost the World Series for the entire franchise. But yeah, that was, and then that went to the next inning. I mean, I like seeing Ernie's face where it's just like I can't believe he got like the most hits out of anyone postseason, but like not when it mattered.
Yeah, I think it's the most in the history of Major League Baseball. Of course, there are more postseason games, a lot more than there used to be, but it's still pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And I always find that impressive where these players, a lot of them get to this level in part because they're so obsessive about winning and doing well and being at the top of their game. But then they had this key moment where they fell short. And it happens in any close championship game, or most of the time in a close championship game, someone on the losing team is like, oh, I could have done this differently, or I wish that I did that differently. And coming back from that, even the next inning, or a year later, is something so extraordinary to me about how pro athletes can do that. Yeah.
I think like the close moments, I think it's so much more dramatic for baseball. I think that's what I came out with because it's so many games. Like I didn't know it was like 100 or 60 or whatever, and then which makes me wonder which makes me wonder like why there even is that many. Like and it all comes down to one, you know. I'll have to look that up later. Like, what's the point of having that many when it won't matter until like maybe it does, I don't know, like when it won't really ramp up until like the fall.
Oh yeah, I'm a big proponent of shortened regular seasons. And more, when you realize there's a lot of regular season that teams will rightly load manage their way out of having their best players play because it's the right thing. It's a smart thing to do. You have a problem. I know with the NBA, they're like, oh, let's do an NBA Cup, but I'm like, that doesn't count toward the postseason. It has to count toward we have to find a way to make this postseason. And I really think there's probably some happy medium with like shortening the regular season more than the postseason, but having you make that trade off if it's like one important postseason game is worth three meaningless regular season games. Like that's a trade off I think you explore.
Yeah, I never got it's still hard for me to follow. Like, I think the easiest thing for me to follow is like college football. I'm like, yeah, well, that makes sense, but like football makes sense. But everything else is like, should I watch this? Should I like? I think probably because gambling industries make so much money off any game. And that's probably why they keep it the way it is.
I feel like you could like people who want to gamble. You can throw some slop up there from somewhere where I mean maybe if it comes from a league where the pay isn't enough, they're worried more about fixing. But there is, I mean, you can bet on stuff around the world at any given time, and if you shrink the NBA season to 60 or the Major League Baseball season to 120, I feel like DraftKings is gonna make money all the same, maybe they feel, but maybe I don't know how they feel about that. But my instinct is like, God, like it's a better product with right-sized regular seasons and more postseason action. That's my soapbox.
I mean, I think I think as someone who watches and doesn't use like, I don't gamble. I mean, that would be better, but I think the volume of games, I'm like, oh, I forgot that's what people do this for. Like they want to make more money, even if it's like, and it's so specific too. And baseball stats like are so specific. So I can be like, I just hope he gets, there's 2 sack flies, and then this person gets on base 3 times, and I'll win. So I think it's like, and they're just in get big gambling's interest to have like that many games. I don't know.
Or they you like have fewer games, and they start betting on like global outcomes on like Polymarket.
Yeah.
They're like, these degenerates will find something, and I keep the sports, but I'll probably find something. I like to have a good time with it though. But it is there's a lot of issues in there as well. I'll kick it to so then we go to extra innings.
Yeah.
What's it like to watch Yamamoto come out of the bullpen and then carry you through extra innings?
Yeah, I before this, I didn't know pitchers didn't like, because I was so, again, I've said it a million times, so new to this. I didn't know pitchers couldn't do that. Like I didn't know like it was that. I kept, because of Yamamoto and seeing what he did, I was like, why are these pitchers not pitching a lot? Like, what's their problem? Because I was like, what's wrong with like, why can't they just endure like Yamamoto? But then I think, well, things were looking bad when Snell was up, and because like it's like recency bias, I was like, is Snell even good? Is the Cy Young winner even good? Just because it just wasn't hitting, or like it was just like he just got himself in a bad situation. But seeing Yamamoto come out, I was like, there are people who like, I remember reading on Reddit like, the Blue Jays fans saying like, oh, that guy is gonna be in my nightmares. I think I could feel the spirit of the Blue Jays, like that whole Rogers Stadium, like just kind of like take a dip. You're like, oh, not this guy, And then he hit him, and then he hit one of the hitter's hands and put him on base. Like, maybe we're out, maybe it's over. Yeah, he had to walk that guy, but I think, yeah, no, that felt great. Just as an Asian player, just like making everyone shiver, felt great. Great. How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I missed part of the 10th, 11th, but then saw, when I got back, I saw that Yamamoto had pitched through that. I was like, wait, what? He just pitched yesterday. He just threw like 90 pitches yesterday.
Yeah.
Wait, his stuff's still working. That's incredible. And of course, I was rooting for, and then I was able to, my wife's movie night had ended, and I was able to meet her right after Will Smith's go-ahead homer, but catch those final outs with Yamamoto on my phone. I'm like, and I imagine, like I said, you watching on the screen at home that sequence from Yamamoto, striking out Springer, swinging in the 10th through Smith's home run, and through those final 3 outs with Yamamoto must have been pretty extraordinary.
Yeah, no, I mean, also just like when he inherited, because when he first came out, like it was bases loaded, and I was like, I don't know, man, this looks pretty bad. But everything, he pitched well enough so that they were to be like, home runs or whatever, or the outfields were really good. But then having Will Smith make that was great. I'm like, please stay 5-4, like please do not do anything more than this. And then when he had I got worried that it was on that last out, like when Kirk didn't, like, I was like, please strike him out, but they had a different plan, and it was technically like a ground ball, like no, like now Vladdy can run, but I didn't know that like Yamamoto like had it planned so it could be a double play. And I remember when that happened, because I was like, oh my god, a double play, it happened again. Like I tried to like put my phone up, be like, oh look, I just watched the Dodgers win, but I there's no video that, because like I couldn't breathe correctly and it just fell on the table. Like I was like, no, it's like, I can't run. And I've seen a lot of amazing wins, but I've never screamed that hard. and that's why it's a horror movie, man. Like, yeah, it was like it was so amazing to watch like that type of roller coaster, but I never want to feel that ever again. I never want to feel that tense. I never want to feel like up and down like that ever again. That was way too much.
Yeah, like whether you're being chased through a house or out of a car crash
Yeah.
in a horror movie, or would you rather be in Mookie Betts' position to have to, knowing it's the final 2 outs in the World Series, knowing not to mess this up? Which position would make you be more terrifying for you?
Definitely the second one.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because like at least if I die from this car crash, the whole world won't be mad at me. You know, like the whole like because they're not gonna be like, oh, this whole postseason you were so bad at like running away from this car crash, and now you choked when it mattered. You know, like because like Mookie was like, I've been so terrible this whole season, and like I don't know if he can like really truly. I mean, he'll be okay as a millionaire, but like I don't think anyone would ever forget it if he like threw it a little too high to Freddie or whatever, or didn't didn't grab it right away. That's probably what would happen. Yeah. I would not want to be a second one. That would make me like I'll probably like in Breaking Bad we're better and there's a way to disappear yourself.
Like, go to the vacuum shop.
Yeah,
you're going right to the vacuum shop.
Absolutely.
If you forget to step on second base as you throw to first, you're going right to the vacuum shop.
Yeah, no one's gonna hear about me ever again. People don't forget. Money doesn't fix that. Like, yeah, but definitely. But I will, work at a cinnamon shop and be like, you have no idea who I used to be.
Yeah, I'll learn to like Alaska.
Yeah.
So what's it like watching your first World Series final out? There's something about just watching people staying calm in those situations and do it. What's it like to watch?
I wanted to hug like when they're all like crowding around Yamamoto, I was like, I wish I was doing that. And then also like, but again, I've never like I was like, it's over, right? Like it's over. I kept asking it's over because it was so many like times where I thought it was over, like win or lose. It took me a second. Like I was screaming and stuff, but I was like, I don't know. They might reverse that call. Like it might still happen. But yeah, I couldn't stand still. I couldn't like stand still. Like if you see me like a video of like me trying to film the game, but it's just like I dropped my phone to the table and I'm like I go, oh my gosh. It's like I couldn't even do words right. Yeah, and I think also it's like what stuck with me after. I was watching replays and recaps for like a month straight. Doing this podcast, it gave me an excuse to watch Game 7 again, and then for my partner to be like, again? I'm like, yeah, well, I have to watch it again. And seeing the different angles of the play. I think I'm like, oh, I get it now. Oh, it makes sense to watch this now. I understand why anyone would invest like this amount of time of baseball. I thought because it's like I'm like if you don't know it's just a bunch of men just standing around and like strike, foul ball, earth, and he's out. I'm like, well, this I don't know why I'm watching this, but now I understand like the tenseness of like a one-on-one match and all that. Yeah, man, I'm never gonna be the same.